Okay, so what I want to do now is combine this new meal and new workout into a single new item method. So up here, instead of calling new meal and new workout, we're going to call new item on both of these. So let's say new item. Now, we have to distinguish between a meal and a workout. So what we're going to do is pass in an argument, which will be the type of item. Now we're using bind here with this. However, we can still pass in, we can still create parameters and pass in arguments. So I'm going to pass in here, this is for the meal, so we'll say meal. And then down here for the workout, after this, we're going to pass in workout. So these are the types that we're passing in. And let's see, I'm just going to copy one of these. So copy new meal. And if you don't want to do this, if you want to keep them separate, that's absolutely fine. It's just a preference for me. In fact, I don't need to copy new meal. I'll just get rid of workout and we'll just edit new meal. So we'll just get rid of that. Okay, so this is going to be renamed to new item. And we are passing in our event object, but the type is going to come first, right? So our arguments come first, and then we pass in the event object. So here we're getting meal name. So in the HTML, it's either meal name or workout name. And what we pass in as the type is going to be either meal or workout. So what we can do is just change this to backticks. And then instead of meal, we can just go ahead and put in our variable syntax and put in whatever the type is. So it'll be type dash name. And then we can do the same thing here. So we'll say, put in some backticks and just put the type. Okay, so it'll be either meal calories or workout calories. So validating the inputs, that's the same because it's still, the variable names are still the same. Now here is where we need to either create a new meal or a new workout. So there's a few ways we could do it. We could do an if statement, and we could say if the type is equal to meal, oops, that needs to be a string. So if the type is equal to meal, then let's bring this in, and then let's bring this in. Else, then let's see, we'll just copy those, and then we just change, see, this, change that to workout, although this needs to be, look at me trying to be cool, not using the mouse. And this needs to be uppercase as well. All right, so that should do it for that. If it's meal, then we're going to create the meal object and then call the add meal method in the tracker. If it's not, then we'll create a workout object and call the add workout. Then we're going to clear the fields. That's going to stay the same. As far as the collapse, what we need to change is the ID, and we can do the same thing we did above where we use a template string, and it's going to be either collapse meal or collapse workout, so we can just put in our type here. And then what we'll do is instead of calling this collapse meal, let's call it collapse item, because this doesn't matter what we call this, but we have to make sure we change it here like that. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's save and we'll try this out. So we'll say add meal, and that works. So you can see everything gets added and it collapses. So if we add a workout, and then that brings it down. Cool. So that it works the same exact way, but now we're not repeating ourselves, and we only have this one method.